The Clever Boy, a Vietnamese folktale. Once upon a time, in the green rice fields of Vietnam, where buffalo plow and children laugh under conical hats, there lived a boy whose wit was sharper than the sharpest sword. This is the story of the Clever Boy, a kid from a humble village who outsmarted kings, officials, and impossible riddles with nothing but his quick mind. Get ready for a tale of brains, giggles, and a sprinkle of mischief. The story. In a peaceful village, a farmer and his young son were plowing their field when a fancy royal official rode up on a horse, looking smug. He wanted to test the villagers' smarts for the king, who was searching for talent. "Hey, farmer!" the official barked. "How many rows can your buffalo plow in a day?" The farmer scratched his head, unsure, but his son, the Clever Boy, barely looked up from the mud. With a cheeky grin, he fired back. "Sir, how many steps does your horse take in a day? Got a counter for that?" The official's jaw dropped. No one had ever turned his question around like that. Flustered, he galloped back to the palace, telling the king, "Your Majesty, there's a kid in that village sharper than a tack." The king, curious but skeptical, decided to test this boy. He sent 3 sacks of sticky rice and 3 male buffalo to the village with a wild challenge. "Make these buffalo give birth to 9 calves, or the whole village will be in trouble." The villagers panicked. Male buffalo giving birth? Impossible. But the Clever Boy just laughed. "Father," he said, "tell everyone to cook 2 sacks of rice and roast 2 buffalo for a feast. We'll take the last buffalo and rice to the king." The village was nervous, but trusted the boy. They feasted, and off he went with his father to the palace. There the Clever Boy burst into fake tears right in front of the king's throne. "Why are you crying, boy?" the king asked, leaning forward. "Your Majesty," the boy sobbed. "My mom's gone, and I want a little brother, but my dad won't give birth. Please make him." The king and his court roared with laughter. "Silly boy, men can't give birth," the king said. "If your dad wants a son, he needs a new wife." The Clever Boy stopped crying and grinned. "Exactly, Your Majesty. So why tell our village to make male buffalo give birth? That's just as crazy." The king's face froze. The boy had used his own logic against him. The court buzzed with amazement. "Oh," the boy added with a wink. "And our village already ate the rice and buffalo to celebrate your kindness." The king couldn't help but laugh. "You're a clever one," he said, impressed. But the king wasn't done. He handed the boy a tiny sparrow and said, "Turn this bird into 3 delicious dishes for my feast." The Clever Boy didn't blink. He ran home, grabbed a sewing needle, and gave it to the king's messenger. "Please tell His Majesty to forge this needle into a knife sharp enough to carve the sparrow." When the king heard this, he threw his head back and laughed. "This boy's too smart for me," he said, waving the challenge away. The final test came from a neighboring kingdom, eager to stump the boy. They sent a long, spiral seashell, hollow at both ends, with a challenge. Thread a string through it. The king's scholars and advisors scratched their heads, baffled. So, the Clever Boy was called again. While playing with ants under a tree, he hummed a little tune. "Little ant, so quick and spry, with a thread you'll make it fly. A drop of honey, you'll crawl with glee, through the shell for all to see." He tied a string to an ant, dabbed honey at one end of the shell, and let the ant crawl through, pulling the string behind. The foreign envoys gasped, and the court cheered. The boy had done it again. The king named the Clever Boy his youngest advisor, building him a house near the palace to keep his sharp mind close. And so, the boy's legend grew, proving that no riddle was too big for a clever heart. Conclusion. The Clever Boy's story reminds us that wit and courage can outshine even the mightiest challenges. In Vietnam, his tale lives on, inspiring kids and grown-ups alike to think smart and never give up. So, next time you face a tricky problem, channel your inner Clever Boy. Think quick, stay bold, and maybe add a dash of mischief.